Hi all. Right, still here for the night. So maybe not get too much more in, but we can but try. So WVR to operate next. That's our new company, new local. That's all stocked up with a big bit of cash. 720 is it? So it's got enough for one of the F trains. It's a 5 local, and you get up to 6 local, but you know what? I think that's fine. So I think the plan is to lay a couple of bits of track, buy a train, and then merge with the L and H, I think. They're awful far away from us. They run down at London as well. We're going to have to. I mean, I can connect to them this way just now, but as for if we're going to run, and they've got what is it, a freight and an express. So if we're going to connect up, I think the connection's got to be in here somewhere because our local's going to run around here. So hopefully there can be a connection in there. I'm not sure if this will work or not, but I mean they're going to lose their train as well. So it's just to try and they've got a bunch of cash, like, so at least they could bring. You know, I'm hoping they can. We just need with actually maybe not even withhold because once we join up with the WVR, they're a local, so their subsidy might actually give enough money. Maybe I'm getting too carried away there, because we're going to be up to the H trains. I think. Yeah, the G train's going to go, so we're going to need 800 from now on. So that's 550, 590 there. That's 210. That's a bit much to ask from a subsidy, I think. 21 hexes? I don't think so. Okay, well, there's going to have to be a withhold somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so WVR going to operate. So that's pretty straightforward here, I think. Now we still want to curve round about here, don't we? Yes, we do. So that means we need that's not a Y. So one of these. It's that way, isn't it? Yeah, and then the plan is to do that. No, it's not, Grant. It's the wee tight turns. So into there, and then into there. That's the plan. And we can make the most of our local route. And yeah, funnily enough, that's just two more track lays, so jolly good. We should be able to do that next turn. I know something will throw a spanner in the works, but right, so that's our first track lay in. Obviously we need to then tidy that up by joining up with there. And then he needs his home marker, WVR. Now we could place another token, but bear in mind we can't. Yeah, we may well need this tile upgraded, I think, because we can't run through there just now. We can, however, run right the way through to L and H. We have got a link to them. And we don't have a train yet. It's not that we're running yet anyway. The main part was to get the connection to L and H. Well, initially it had been to get the connection to, what was it, WNR, but we've changed our mind with all that. So that's our Trackways. I don't see the need in putting a token down. And bear in mind, we can't propose a token here because that was removed from the game. WVR, we took that card out. Yeah, okay. Right, so yeah, it's pretty much buy a train and then acquire again, isn't it? Purchase train, redeem. Yeah, I'm just... The WNF could have redeemed that share, could it not? You know, the share that we brought down. I must that. The thing is, I've now acquired, and I'm not sure how much money I had. It don't matter. Yeah, but I possibly could have done that, and then that share would have been here rather than in the bank pool. We can still do that later, I suppose. But there was no real need for that. If that coming down the bank pool would have helped me get that extra share when I done the merge, then that's obviously how Clara players would do it. But we're not there yet. If ever. Okay. So yeah, buy a train. What was I talking about? Maybe redeeming a share, right? There's nothing to redeem. No. So let's buy a train. And the train is an F train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 600. And we get the last of the F trains. This is a local. Sorry, maybe I should show you what I'm doing. Right, so I've took the £600 and we get a 5 local. And that's not going to rust. That's safe. Can relax. Yeah, right. And then, well, the plan was to acquire L&H, because just the reason being, again, that this train's going to go away. If I acquire it in the now, I get it at the full price. If you wait until the train goes away, well, in all honesty, it's the first one to operate, so it would have to purchase a train. It doesn't have enough money. It would have to refinance. It would be able to do all that. You know what? This is the bit that I don't really know. What? And if somebody wants to step in here and tell me, in the process of thinking, I want to acquire the L&H so that I acquire it while it's got a train to make it a better, to make it a better company. Because if I wait until this train goes away, however, is it better to maybe just forget about this? Because he's got quite a stack of money. Forget about this. Let him refinance, and he's going to refinance at 100. He's going to get £1,000. He's going to be able to buy a train. We're going to lose 1 share because we can buy the other half back just at the moment. That kind of sounds better, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? Because oh, hang on though. Yeah, no. Yeah, I want your advice here. Because my straightforward my thinking is to merge to acquire the company. But when I've just went through and said what I've said, it then tends to make me think I should just maybe refinance the company. Because the downside to refinancing is this isn't going to have a train come its next operating round, okay? So it can't run and make money, and it'll drop down the stock market ladder. Yeah. It'll then buy a new train and it'll be able to operate nice and fresh next turn. But if I acquire it with this company, I can't buy a train I can't buy one of the trains, a freighter or an express. So I then need to withhold next turn to get the money to get a train for it. Yeah. I should just leave that, shouldn't I? I mean, we're going to get £1,000. I'm not only going to be able to buy. He's got he's got £500 there. What are the. He's got £590. Plus 1,000 is £1,590. You know what 2H trains would be? £1,600. You know what that is? £10 short. I'm being greedy there. Okay. He's not a local either as well. That feels better. And the only one other downside to refinancing, I think you remove a random company from the game, but we don't care anymore, do we? Let me see. I'll pause just now. Hang on. Yeah, I'm just looking at the solo rules, and before I look at the actual refinance rules on the rulebook. But it does say after a company refinances, you must put a company at random out of the game. So I think that's the one sort of downside to me. You think, oh, do I want to do that? But we don't really care about that at the moment. So let's just see what the rule book says. I mean, I did do this in my last game, so it's similar to merging because you have the shares and whatever. Hang on a sec. Yeah, 5.13 of the rules, which is within merging shares. Company refinancing during forced train purchase, which is what it would be because we go into our turn, we can't run a train, we drop down the stock market, one. We can still lay track, although, hang on, you're limited to what track you can lay. I remember that. Oh, I was a bit confused by that. It said, actually, let me find that. Yeah, it said this is under 7.6.3. I know I'm jumping about again. Upgrading track. And the very last, well, not quite the very last, but it says a company without a train can upgrade track. Only one tile may be upgraded on a company's turn. Now, I thought you could only upgrade one tile anyway. Or is there multiplayer differences to that? It says only one tile may be upgraded on a company's turn. And also with that, I wasn't sure, by laying tiles, can I still lay two tiles? I mean, it's saying I can only upgrade one tile. Maybe that's the only thing I can do. Because that's the only talk of it there. A company without a train can upgrade track. Only one tile may be upgraded on a company's turn. I mean, I thought that was a rule anyway. You can only upgrade one tile. So I'm not sure why it says it there. Okay. I thought maybe it might, you might also only be able to lay one piece of track if you didn't have a train. Maybe you can't lay track at all. This could be in the rules, to be honest. So if I'm not seeing that, let me know where it is. It might well be in there. I could probably go and search that one up on BGG as well. I imagine somebody's asked that, unless it's unless it's quite clear in the rules and I'm just not seeing it. So where was? Oh yeah, no, I was looking at refinancing and throw in there. It's on page 8. Hang on, right? Okay, so company refinancing during a forced train purchase, which is what we will be, because although we can upgrade that one piece of track, we can't run a train, so we drop down the stop track. I'm just going through the sequence of play, really. We could place a station marker, I think. We can't run a train, so he drops down, okay. And then we get to purchase trains. Well, we don't have enough money to purchase a train, so now this is a forced train purchase, because we need to buy a train. If we can't, we're bankrupt. So in the train buying phase of company's operating turn, the director may be forced to refinance the company if the company in question has no train. Refinancing involves issuing additional shares of equal value to those in play and merging existing shares 2-for-1 for all existing shareholders. This halves the shareholdings of current shareholders and adds 10 times the par price as additional revenue raised. So again, I think the same thing, whether it talks in solo rules. Basically, we've got 3 shares. We lose one of them, and we have to buy the other one back. And if we don't, then we're only owning 1 share in the company, which I don't want to go there. That's something we don't want to do. So I need to be able to buy half the share so that I've got 2 shares. So yeah, I think that's okay. That's the way I'm seeing that. Okay, so are we doing that then? We bought our train. Yeah, we're not redeeming. We're going to acquire. No, what was that? Oh, no. Yeah, okay. So we're not going to acquire. We're going to let this guy refinance. What do you think? I think that's better. I think it sounds better. And to be honest, the FDR are going to have to do the same thing. So now that could be an issue. Let's look at. Well, I don't think there's much we can do about it, because the refinance of the L&H, their par price is 100, so they get £1,000 in the bank. That's fine. They can buy a train with that. The FDR is at 68. They need to be able to afford. Hang on, they've not run yet. They've still to run. So they could just withhold and be ready for that. So that's probably fine. What do they have? They've got, mind you, they've got almost 400. 382. And they're going to need, what, 800? 382. They're going to need 800. They're going to get 680 for the refinance. So that's fine as well. They're fine as well. So I think this refinance bit is okay. I mean, it's not ideal. You're losing a show. Wait a minute. I'm going to be able to afford. I've only got £112. Well, hang on. We're fine. We're not there yet. This is next turn, isn't it? This is next operating round. Yeah, but I still need to have. Well, the FDR, right? The FDR are going to give me some money. That's what they're going to do. The WVR Oh, they've already done the thing. So they dropped back because they couldn't run. So they've done that. Yeah, and we're still swimming about acquiring. Right, I'm going to go for the non-acquire. Please give me any tips. Like I say, that looks like the better play, to be honest. I mean, initially I would have thought, no, we'll keep that company alive before it loses its train. I don't think it is. I think it's better. Let it lose its train. Let it get a new train. Okay, we lose a share. Big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but it's not. I don't think it's as big a deal. I could have that wrong. And if the FDR pays out, gives me some money, then I can deal with the refinance of the L&H and the FDR. Okay, let's do it. Right, let's finish this operating round then. I think we can do that. Yeah, because it's pretty straightforward. Just want to run, make some money, then lose some trains. Yep, okay. And the other part of that is I'd kind of like to leave the L&H as they are with their freight and their express, you know, and not interfere with the WVR. Let it do its local. Because there's no guarantees we're going to actually get linked up to them, and that could cause even more headaches. And you know what? If it comes to it, I could always merge with them next turn or the turn after. Right, so FDR. Right, they're way down the ladder. There are a 4 Express though. They've got a share. They're the only company that's got a share in themselves. And we're down here. As a 4 Express. Alright, we've got a track lay or an upgrade, of course. And, well, I think we already looked at this one, thinking our best run is 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? So we could upgrade this, or we could try and make links. I mean, we've now got a link up here. I'm pretty sure. Oops. I'm pretty sure I'd like to upgrade this hex. It looks like it's kind of blocking the way a little bit. Once we get this joined up, not only for that, this FDR, if he wants to try and get through maybe and merge. But I mean, I could place track in here. And the other reason to place a bit of track there is that is one company that still could be removed from the game if we want to mess about with shares. It's the last one that's exposed, if you like, you know, that could be blocked off. Damn it. I thought we could maybe have joined this piece of track from them, but again, this blocks the oh, wait a minute. No. What are you talking about, Grant? I've got 2 bits of track here. But then the other companies can do that on their next turn, so maybe that does link me to the world though. You know? That could let you acquire at the end of your turn yourself one of the companies. What am I? Express. It wouldn't be terrible to join up with WVR. Would it? Here's me thinking there was a nice simple end of the operating round, and now I'm like swithering about other things. It's not a terrible thought, to be honest. because they're going to run through. They want to run through Ipswich, and yeah, if we made the WVR the surviving company. I think I was hoping this was going to be a nice simple finish here. I think I could maybe sleep on this one actually. Although I'm going to refinance, I've decided refinancing the L&H is the best play. The fact that I could maybe avoid refinancing the FTR. Maybe I do want to think about that more. So I might just pause there and leave it till tomorrow morning. I was just thinking about something that I might have got wrong, but hang on, WNF ran. It was only a 4 train they ran, wasn't it? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was it, right? Yeah. Yeah, I started thinking they were coming around this way. We've got to watch these two hexes are quite relevant. The fact that they're, WF can't get past here and WVR can't get past here. So they're hexes that you probably want to get upgraded. Right. Yeah, I'm going to leave things, but I'm only 27 minutes in there, so I'll not just put that out as a part. I'll leave it overnight and think about this FDR. The things feel better now, actually. Yeah, they do. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow sometime to try and get some of this finished off. I think I've got a bit to go yet, but that's great. I'm enjoying it. I was getting myself a bit bogged down there for a minute, for even a couple of turns, I think. But it's starting to come. I think when you know you're going to have to merge and do all these things, it kind of panics you and you think, well, how am I going to do it? And is it going to work out right and whatever? And then once you've actually done it, it's not so bad, You can then move on and basically then we just need to find the money, get the trains running, hopefully have enough operating rounds to run the trains, and then for your last 3 sets of operating rounds, you want to have the most you can get, you want to be running for, there was a couple of them I was running, I want to say maybe 600-700. It's possible I might even reach the 800 mark for one of my company runs. I'm talking about multiple trains, but that's what you want to try and hit, I think. And then obviously with these runs, your stocks go right up, and you want to get up in here somewhere. Well, I've not been up here yet. I have got into here a little bit, but look where we are just now. We're well, maybe not. Maybe not too far away. I don't know. Okay, I'll stop rabbiting and I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, cheers for now, guys. Hi all. Right, back to 1862. Just to finish off this first of the full set of operating rounds, we only had FDR company to operate, and I just left it last night as I felt it was getting late. I had had a few beers. My head was buzzing, probably, with trying to work things out here. Thought it was best left till today. And I just had a look at things just before I started recording there, just to sort of put myself in the picture. No doubt I'll still be scratching my head in a minute, but because I think I'd left it. Well, I know I had left it deciding we were going to just refinance the LNH, because that actually does look like not a bad practice. I'm starting to think. Again, if anybody's can tell me otherwise and think it's not a good strategy, then let me know. We might see at the end of this game, because this is the first time I've thought of the strategy of, deciding I want to refinance rather than trying to do the merge. I mean, I was forced into a refinance. In fact, I didn't even get the refinance. The company went bankrupt. Or was a one that I did refinance, and then there was another one that I couldn't refinance. I had to go bankrupt. It was something like that. But anyway, I'm looking at the possibility. I mean, yes, we lose a share, and we've got to pay for half a share to keep the company going. But the fact that they're going to get £1,000, lets them buy. Well, I think we counted it up. It was just short of 2 trains, wasn't it? But it lets them buy 1 train. If they withhold maybe one of the runs, it might then allow them to buy. Well, it'll definitely allow them to buy another train, and they've got a freight. I know you can't see that behind the big stack of chips there, but they've got a freight and an express in their company. But then I thought the FDR, I want to refinance them as well, and I think I left it last night thinking, right, I don't think I will, because I think I'll link them up, merge them with WNF, who've already merged. They've got a local and a freight. And with that, I started thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't. So just before I started recording, I was looking over the refinance rules. They're very similar to just carrying out a merge as regarding what you do with the shares. I mean, the one downside in the solo game is you remove a random company from the game when you do it. But we're in the position right now where we don't really care. The only one that's exposed is here, and I don't think we're fussed. We're not fussed about going there. I also looked at the FDR would then be able to afford the H train, which is what's going to become available. They're 800, I think. Yeah. So an H Express for him would be, and it's a 6 Express. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, okay, we've not tokened London yet, but we would do that and then just make that run into London. And then for the rest of the game for them, just probably upgrade these 2 hexes and probably just settle with that. I think that's probably as good a run as they're going to get. So I don't think I will merge them. Okay, so well, they're still to operate, and then we'll just go into the next round, and these guys will refinance. Yeah, that's my thinking. Okay, so well, it can still make a run just now. Well, in fact, there you go. We could token London now, but why not? What's a run just now? What are they? There are 4 Express. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's the best they're probably going to get. So would it not be better? I think it might be better just upgrading that end tile. There's nothing else we need to worry about joining up track here. I know these 2 bits of track have to be joined, but the WNF or the WVR could do that. That's not a problem. What was a couple of hexes I was concerned at? Actually, it was these, wasn't it? To make sure we could get past these if we want to run, because these are running a local, and that's a local, so we do kind of want these hexes upgraded, I think, to allow the space for things to pass through. Well, potential FDR could actually help out with that. It could upgrade that hex. I don't know if that's... Who's going to run first? LNH, right, they're up there out the way. Then W and F are going to have a 5 local. And I think their run was something like 1, 2, 3, 4. See, they want that track then. Well, that would be fine. So if they build that track, then they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. And then come round to WVR. They're going to have, what are they going to have? They've got a 5 local as well. So, well, they can just run from here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so an actual fact, and they've got a track layer, an upgrade anyway, so it might be that they would possibly upgrade one of them. Okay, that's fine. So the FDR can, I think, can just happily upgrade that end tile, I think. So it's going to run 4, isn't it? 4 express, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's about the best we can do. So that end tile. Yeah, because that end tile is going to jump to... Oh, no, it's not. I'm trying to jump it right to the russet. It's going to jump to a 60. Is there any sort of way we want to go? No, it doesn't really matter, does it? So we'll put that in. There we go. And then we run... So we run express 1, 2, 3, 4 through the home station. We get 130, 150, 230, 290. So I run a 290, which is decent enough. Not quite as good as they had the last time, but that's because they lost the train. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? So what did I say? 290. So they dropped down to there, and I'm pretty sure they're paying that out because we want to gather some cash as well, because we want to go into our next stock round and buy up as much as we can. Yes, and the FDR. I'm a little right, no, I'll get to that. I'll not go into that just yet. Once we get round to the refinance bit, we can talk about what we think about that. So yeah, I think it's going to pay out because that's a 4 bump, and he's the one that's trailing behind. So it would pay out £29 this year. 26 plus gives it a 4. Move up the ladder. So we've got 3 shares. Yeah, so let's pay that out. So hang on a sec. Did I consider being able to buy the train? I think I must have looked at this. 290. We've got 382. No, I need 300 and something, don't I? 282 means I need 318, isn't it? 382. Yeah, £318 I would have needed. And I obviously looked at that. I can't remember looking at it, but that was last night. And yeah, there's nothing more I can do. That's the best I can improve the run by, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait a minute. But our home token's there. I just realised if I had token London, could we run into London? But 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just short. And we've got to run through this hex. That's a pity. That might have done it. Because London gives you 200, remember? When it's maxed. Yeah, because I mean, if we could have run from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that wouldn't be a 60, remember, that would be back at a 40, because that would have been our upgrade for the turn. But that still would have gave us 300, and 40, which would have been enough. However, we can't do it, so you can't do it, Grant. And obviously I did look into that. So, yeah, we're paying it out. £29 a share. I've got 3 shares. That's 60 and 27. 87. 87. 85, 87. And he's going to get something himself this time for his single share. He's got a share himself, so he's going to get £29. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to think other things there as well. Thinking, well, he's getting £30, but we would have had to hold back. And then, let me change some of this up. So I've got 30 there. That's 50, that's 50, so that's another 100. So he's got 411. That's 100, yeah. Okay. And then, like we said, it's going to get a nice bump up the stock track of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's him done. So he's up beside the rest of the companies now. Okay, and he's not going to buy a train. So again, both of them, FDR and L&H, are going to have to refinance. That's fine. That's fine. Just wondering, they're going to have a lot of money, yeah. Well, you know what? If they can afford another 6 train, that would be okay. We could still get some kind of run out of it, I think. Yeah, we'd work something out. Okay, so that's the end of that, isn't it? Redeem shares in the bank pool. There is none. Yeah, I had forgot. We put a WNF share in the bank pool, and that was when we'd done. I think it's when we'd done the merge, wasn't it? And then I forgot. I think I moved past it all, and I could have redeemed that share, but I wasn't sure how much money I had gained. So we just left that. But well, hopefully we can redeem it next turn. So no redeeming of shares for the FDR and no acquiring. So that's it. That's us going. That's us eventually finish that first of the full set of operating rounds. Okay, so they go back to that. We're going to drop down to the second operating round, but before we do, we need to remove 3 trains. So we now go, we go quickly through the G phase. So type D trains become obsolete, and the train limit is 3 trains. So I'll leave that there a sec. As 3 trains total, any type. Okay, so all these D trains are going away. So the FDR loses his train, the L&H loses his, and the WNF loses one of his. Okay, so let's sort these out. Using the right bit. Right, and I'll just move on with the train while we're looking at the trains here. So he's wanting to take 3, so that's 1. There's only 1 of them, then we move into the H phase. This talks about the end of the game, but it's slightly different procedure with the solo game, obviously. So we want 2 of these trains, but it doesn't really matter because these are unlimited anyway. So why are you taking them then, Grant? I don't think we need to take them because there's an unlimited amount of H trains. So, and then when that happens, now we don't need to use these tokens anymore because there's an unlimited amount of them. So it doesn't matter about taking trains away. So that G train does go away though. Right, and then just to give you a look at the state of the company's trains wise now, as you can see, FDR doesn't have a train, L&H doesn't have a train, but WNF and WVR both have a permanent train. It's an F, okay. Hopefully we can purchase a freight for these guys. And I don't know. Probably that's just going to sit with us. But because you want to start now paying money to the shareholders as well as you can. If you've got a permanent train, you should be happy with that and maybe just get on with it. But I don't know. Maybe if I sat and worked it out, which could be a lot of thinking, withholding, you'd probably have to. I mean, he's only got like £120. So my guess is he's going to have to withhold. I mean, he is a local company, admittedly. Probably going to have to withhold at least 2 runs. And it's possible I might need 3. I could look at it at the time. When I'll go and run it, I might say to myself, well, can I do it in 2 runs? Because if I can, it might be worth it. But it needs to be able to go a different route as well, you know? So it's possibly... Well, it's possibly unlikely to be worth it, but anyway, we don't really need to go into that just yet. Okay, that's the end of that operating round. So we're going into the next operating round. Now I'm just going to cut the video there. I didn't have an awful lot of time at the moment, so it might be a good place just to stop just now. But I will be adding on to this, so it's not as if it'll just be a quick pause and away. Okay, so I'll be back shortly. Cheers.